Hey there, today we're doing a review of the Herman H2 half roll top backpack. Long name, and it's gonna be a long review as well because that's what we do at Nomads Nation. Here at NN, we have been reviewing the world's best EDC and travel gear for almost 8 years. And in this review, I'm gonna break this bag apart. We're gonna fully pack it out, double check its advertised capacity. I'm gonna give you my brutally honest pros and cons and my overall scores so you can decide if this bag is worth the price. And you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of the video because if you're not quite sold on the Herman H2, I'll make 2 alternative recommendations that you might like a little bit more. And one caveat, here at Nomads Nation, we have hundreds of bags in line for us to review, and we do offer a package to brands to skip that line to pick their own published date, which NayoSmart did pay for. But you'll see throughout this review that does not influence what I say. I'm still just as harsh as I always am. Like I said, we just offer this package so NayoSmart and other brands can get content out faster, if they so choose. Okay, caveats over, let's talk about the gist of the NayoSmart H2 half roll top backpack. It's not a full roll top, it's a half roll top. It's not the original Herman, it's the H2. What is this? Who is NayoSmart? Guys, I'm gonna be real with y'all right now. I think NayoSmart is one of the most interesting and underrated bag brands out there. I think this is my 4th bag by them, and although they don't all hit the mark, I just think that there's something different about the team behind NayoSmart. Let me run you through some of this bag's top features to explain what I mean. We have an absolutely gorgeous aesthetic. It's sort of like a modernized Tumi, but kind of done their own way. Some material and fabric selections that I find kind of just jaw-dropping, or at the very least, fascinating. We'll talk about that in depth in the next chapter. It's the classic roll top opening with the Fidlock V-buckle. Got a front quick access pocket here, 2 pockets on the side, an absolutely fascinating gusseted tech compartment that I have a lot of thoughts on, most of which are positive, a quick access pocket at the top, and a very comfortable, cushy, plush, and kind of luxurious wear and feel to it. Now, NayoSmart claims this bag is around 23 to 25 liters capacity, but here at Nomads Nation, we always double check that. As you can see, we got the main compartment fully packed out with our factory grade measurement balls. Now, the reason that NayoSmart says it's 23 to 25 liters, it just depends, well, it's a roll top. So you can kind of unroll it a little bit or increase the intensity of the fold and the roll, which will then, give you variations on the actual capacity. I'd say this is probably as big as you'd want to pack it out, but check out these side pockets. Even though the main compartment is fully decked out, we've got plenty of volume in here. So yeah, we gotta test these bad boys out too. All right, got the side pockets packed out. Laptop compartment though, it's pretty tight. We're not gonna get really much extra volume out of there. Let's do a quick dimensions check. We got a height of 17 inches, a width of 12 inches, and a fully packed out base depth of 8 inches. Side pockets, giving us about 1.5 liters. The main compartment, you can see here we're at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25s right there. In between, 23 liters. Sounds about right. NayoSmart claims the H2 is 2.8 pounds, but I'm getting just under 3.1 pounds on scale number 1 and 3 pounds on scale number 2. As of recording, the H2 comes in 1 color option. This is the bag when it's empty, and here it is fully packed out and worn on the Nomads Nation team. All NayoSmart products are protected by their 2-year warranty, but I will admit I've never heard anything about it, good or bad, from a customer's perspective. And for all that, this bag runs around 220 USD. Now, moving forward, that price point is going to be our North Star to determine the value of this bag and if it's worth the price. But a quick note, if at any point in this review you think it's worth the price and you're gonna make a purchase or you wanna find out more information, we highly suggest doing so with the first link in the description below. 2 reasons why. First, it makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes, especially for NayoSmart. But second, that link also helps support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team, so we can keep making the best gear reviews on the web. Thank you very much. Let's talk about the front of the NayoSmart Herman H2 half roll top. Kicking things off, the aesthetic. This bag's got it going on. And I'm gonna admit, it's not like my aesthetic, it's not my cup of tea. I didn't even mean for that, it's amazing. But it just looks good. And I'm just gonna quickly rant about NayoSmart and their aesthetic and their fabric and what they're doing because I find them to be one of the most fascinating brands out there. My assumption is this: I assume that NayoSmart is a factory. I assume that they make bags for other brands and they got some spare time on their hands and they're like, yo, we're gonna make our own bag brand. And then they can just like have time and materials and talent to make those bags. I don't know why I feel that way. I just think that with what I'm seeing, with what they do, with how much innovation is going into their bags and kind of how freaking good they are, it's the only story that I can make sense of. And one of the biggest contributing factors to that and why I believe that is their material selection, particularly their fabrics. They just always have things that I've never seen before. And I think they just have to be in the middle of the storm to like get access to this stuff. Now on the side, we've got 840D Cordura ballistic nylon. Nothing innovative there. We've seen it on backpacks a million times. But what is just very cool is this front fabric and the fabric that's on the top of the roll top, which I've never seen before. It obviously has a camo sort of pattern on it, but when you get real close in there, it's almost like a ventilated mesh. And it's like the ventilated mesh has been put together over top on some sort of other fabric, which could be what they're claiming is a polyester. And it's just cool. And I've never seen it before. And NayoSmart just always does something interesting with all their bags that I've tested. But let me just tell you the flip side of that real fast is that means that there's a little bit of a question mark with this fabric and any other fabric that we may not have seen before. This is the downside of innovation, potentially, is you just don't know what's gonna happen long-term to fabrics like this. But I feel like it's gonna be okay. It's really cool. I hope you can just get one. It's hard to capture on camera. It's just a really awesome fabric. NayoSmart's branding right here, not too loud, in metal, super premium, nice vibe. Quick access pocket here. This is what I'm talking about with NayoSmart's little touches. You got this little T-bar, zipper pull, quite functional. You've also got very teethy looking zippers. Also, one thing I'm going to admit right now, I am not an expert on Tumi bags. And I know that we got some Tumi vibes going on here. So maybe I'm a little undereducated and maybe they're kind of taking more inspiration from Tumi than I'm aware of. If that's the case, please give me a Tumi education in the comments below. But this teethy, sort of zippery look, it just really fits the vibe of the bag. This zipper is so smooth. And inside, we got from here to here and all the way to the bottom there, a nice little quick access pocket. Good spot for your phone and wallet. And then when you want to access whatever's in this pocket, you just swing the bag around and easily grab what you need. I love a good quick access pocket like this, especially for city life, where I live in Hong Kong. It's extremely useful. Now, last note on the front, we've got some vegan leather trimmings here at the bottom. Vegan leather is just plastic. And again, longevity of vegan leather, a bit up in the air. It could last a lifetime. It could start peeling and like turning like a sour kind of a texture in a couple of years. You have no way of knowing. It's clear that NayoSmart is very committed to making a brand here, so I'd be shocked if these failed over time, but you never know. And then we can kind of transition into the whole roll top thing that's going on. There's a lot. We got this beautiful nylon webbing right here with some more leather trimmings. It's just beautiful. Like, look at this woven pattern in there. You see how the center is sort of a matte, and then on either side, you got that little bit of gloss and shine. It's just like, NayoSmart's got it going on. It's these little touches, they get it. Up north, we've got the Fidlock V-buckle. Now here's where this can take a dark turn, because I said this bag's not my aesthetic. It's a little too like Gucci Italian for my kind of vibe. I don't know, it's just the vibe that I get. But also, I don't like access into main compartments like this. This is more for the aesthetic, less for the functionality. Because the reason being, if you want to get into the main compartment, you got to undo this Fidlock, and then, you know, it might end up just getting back on you, and then it's just kind of a thing, and then you gotta undo this, and then open this. It's not like your traditional main compartment, single zipper opening access. Hidden underneath the V-buckle, we have another pocket right here. This pocket runs down to here. It could be a great spot for some smaller bits of gear, wired headphones, AirPods, pens. You can get quick-ish access to them right there. Both these pockets, they don't have a lot of independent volume. You can expand a bit if you need, but more or less they're designed for your smaller bits of gear. Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes though and talk about the middle of the NayoSmart Herman H2. And since we're kind of already getting into the main compartment, let's do it. We have a PU-coated zipper right here. PU-coated zippers, based on our testing, can reduce water seepage by up to 30%, which is really important and significant. But PU-coated zippers are very prone to peeling and can look like this over time, so do keep that in mind. We've got a fake leather zipper pull, but it feels nice. What kind of zippers are we using? NayoSmart. We're using YKK, thank God. Best damn zips in the game. Now you can see sort of how we're getting into the main compartment, and we're getting restrictions here, right? This is not your clamshell style opening that just lays the bag out before you. Getting in and out of this thing is just, it just takes a little bit extra oomph. Inside, we're using a very nice lining. I'm sick of praising NayoSmart's material choices, but I have to give credit where it's due. This lining is interesting. It's got a little bit of a shine to it. It catches the light just right, and it's not too dark of a gray. Actually, it's kind of like the perfect color of gray because it gives you a little bit of a highlight effect, which is amplified by that like reflection shine that you have going on here. But it's not too light as to where it gets super dirty very quickly. That was a lot to say, but I think I made it there. I think I got it in the end. Main compartment's pretty minimal minus these pockets here. I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't use those too much. They're very, very loose. I don't love the execution of that. I don't feel like whatever's in there is gonna stay in there, but that also depends on how packed the bag is. Let's do it. And let's call this bag what it is. It's a work bag. You're not gonna buy a backpack with this kind of a tech compartment if you're not like serious about getting some shit with your laptop. So we're gonna do a work pack out. Got a couple of tech pouches. You can throw those at the bottom. Not that the bag needs it to self-stand. I'll talk about that in a second. We'll do a headphone case. Got my nomadic jacket. Yeah, we're filling up. It's around 23 liters right there. But again, for those internal pockets, they're right here. I'm probably not gonna use them, but I could throw my hard shell glasses there. I don't know, I just don't love those pockets. I probably wouldn't find a lot of use for them. Let me zip it on up. Now, let's close the roll. We have magnetic buckles on either side of the roll top. So you can see, snaps into place, gives a little bit of extra security. Very satisfying as well. And then you give this a fold. It's not a roll top as much as it is a fold top. V-buckle, wait for it. Love that. Tighten it and boom. I mean, that's our Herman. Also, another point of criticism about this bag, the Herman. Not a very sleek name. Doesn't fit the vibe. Why Herman? Who's Herman? It's a mystery, it'll never be solved. Now, a couple of the notes in the main compartment that are really important for understanding the functionality of this bag. First up, the side pockets. Each has some lash points, and we got a D-ring right here as well in case you want to carry anything externally on the outside of your bag. And these pockets are fascinating because they do have extra volume. Now, a lot of side pockets like this on bags, they're just gonna be very flush, like against the bag like this, which gives it a sexier look and feel. But notice what NayoSmart did here, where they sort of brought the main compartment in a little bit, and then the volume of these is out a little bit, which just gives you an entire self-standing, self-volume pocket on not one, but two sides. But these pockets are gonna have their compromises. 24-ounce Columbia water bottle. Let's see if we can slide that in there. We absolutely can. So you can see, even though we really decked this out, that volume here is coming in clutch. Should be noted too, we have two different interior linings. This one's sort of like a rubbery feel, and this is the regular internal lining. On this side, there's no holes, but on this side, we indeed do have holes. These holes could be for ventilation or for potential drip if your water bottle breaks. For that reason, I think I'm gonna throw my water bottle on this side. That feels nice. But compromises, 1 liter Yeti. It'll fit in, but it ain't gonna close. So if you carry a larger water bottle, this isn't gonna make the cut, but let's be honest. If you're rocking a bag like this, you're probably not carrying a water bottle like this. But you might have a sleek umbrella. If so, my non-sleek 7-Eleven umbrella fits very nicely in there. Those pockets are awesome. And another thing that's awesome, this bag is a champ at self-standing. Absolute champ status. NayoSmart implemented the fold that we've been seeing on a lot of bags. I think Air and Pioneer were the first two bags that I ever see do it. And it just kind of creates like a really nice foundation for the bag to stand. And now that I have two tech pouches in there on top of it, it's extra standy. I give this bag a 5 out of 5 on the self-standing scale. Now, if you plan to travel with this bag, it should work as a personal item on basically all flights. This is our typical personal item for a US flight, and you can see we are absolutely making the cut. Now, real fast, before we jump into the next section, I gotta tell you that if you're enjoying this review and you don't know about the Nomads Nation newsletter, then you should definitely know about it and probably sign up to it as well. And the reason being, here at Nomads Nation, we don't just do individual reviews on our YouTube channel, we also run the newsletter, which is, it's different. Instead of taking a microscope on a single product, we take a 30,000 foot look at the entire industry, and I deliver to your inbox on a weekly basis. The newest drops, limited edition releases, industry trends, and everything in between. So if you want to keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening in this incredible community, be sure to look for this globe emoji in the description below. This is a one-of-a-kind newsletter. It doesn't exist anywhere else. I'm so proud of it. You're gonna learn so much about bags and gear and find some killer deals. Hope to see you in your inbox. Let's talk about the back of the NayoSmart Herman H-Do. Top handle, lovely, gets the job done. We got the fake leather, but it's very well executed, very well stitched. You're not gonna feel this on your neck when you're walking. Perfect execution there. Top pocket, this runs down to about here. I don't love these pockets as much because I always want to put my glasses in there, but the glasses are then pressed up against your back, and I'm always afraid that they'll get smashed. So it could be a spot for a boarding pass and or passport, backup cash. You can put your shades in there, but do so at your own risk. Let's talk about the most interesting thing in this bag, which is the tech compartment, which I'm gonna say, like, if you aren't looking for a really impressive work bag, don't get this, because so much of what you're paying for is in here. Tech protection, tech organization. I'm gonna start off by praising what's happening here. We have awesome vertical access going on, where you can open up the bag, let the gussets do its work, and it's still self-standing. But will it after we load it up? Let's find out. 13-inch MacBook Pro. Yeah, seems to be. So far, so good. Okay, that's where we're gonna get a little bit of complications there. It was too good to be true. Quick tour of this compartment. We have a quick access slot for the main compartment, so if you wanna grab something quickly, you can. Bottom zip. That's gonna be a little tight for me. I probably wouldn't use, you can get some stuff in there though. And then we got 2 Darlington mesh pockets, tablet sleeve, and then our laptop sleeve. Laptop sleeve slaps. I mean, look at this polar bear fur microfiber lining. It's going to feel like a VIP room for your laptop. 16-inch MacBook Pro cutout, fits perfectly. Time for the beast, the 17-inch VivoBook. Absolutely can make that happen as well. And then we got a 13.5-inch tablet. How does that slide into the tablet sleeve? Nicely. Now, these Darlington mesh pockets here, I typically don't like pockets like these. I find them a bit gimmicky. Reason being, when your bag is fully packed out, whatever's there is just gonna be crushing against there, and then you just might, I don't know, it just doesn't seem safe. You can see from the overhead shot though, if you have something a little bit thinner, a magic mouse, AKA the best mouse, then you'll be fine. But if you put your sunglasses in there that are a bit more fragile, then you can see crushage might happen. Is crushage a word? Crushage. It's fun to say. And also if you have a really bulky mouse, we're not gonna get the full closure there, at least not comfortably. Overall though, the laptop compartment is absolutely exceptional. It's well padded on either side, and there's no real false bottom, which is a bit of a buzzkill. But we do have padding on the bottom. Actually, these guys, they're really good. That's right, I remember they did this in their last Herman backpack. So at the bottom of the laptop compartment, we basically have a foam that I'm not gonna be able to show you, it's too tight in there. But it's basically like egg crate style. So it's this wavy little foam at the bottom. So what we lose in a false bottom, we gain in a wavy foamy bottom. And what that means is, wait for it, yeah, not too bad. A lot of backpacks, when you do that, you hear the hard metal against this wood, but all you're hearing really is just that foamy thud, which means your laptop is very safe and protected. And your backpack's safe and protected too. Everything's one safe, happy family. Comfort of the bag is great. We're at about just under 3 inches width for the shoulder straps and a depth of 1.5 cm. It's kind of my dream combination, that width. Take off the pressure and it's not gonna be digging into your shoulders, and that depth and the actual padding that they use, it's very squishy. The lining itself, it's okay. I'm a little concerned about its breathability, but it seems thin enough and there's some ventilation going on. Again, we have innovation going on here. I've never quite seen a glossier fabric like this being used on the shoulder straps, but having tested this out, it breathed. Granted, it's winter here in Hong Kong as I'm recording it. It's 13 degrees outside. Is that cold? 13? 19? I don't do Celsius very well. It's like 62 degrees outside. I'll bet you that's like 15 degrees. So what that means is I didn't have the chance to really test this thing in 95 degree Fahrenheit, AKA 30 plus degree Celsius. Summer heat, so, jury's a little bit out on that, but more or less, the shoulder straps are amazing. Made even more amazing by our sternum strap right here, which just helps redistribute the weight of the bag to the front of your body as opposed to your lower back. Back panel is a little hard for my taste. You can see here, I like a little bit softer of a back panel with a little bit more ventilation. And another thing that I'm not as crazy about is the execution of this luggage pass-through. It looks very flush, it's very clean, but you can see right here when it pulls, we're pulling on both sides of the bag. And I'm not worried about that doing damage necessarily. It's actually a pretty easy slide on. I just think that it could have been maybe a little bit looser. Yeah, you can see that we're just really pulling on either side, which is kind of actually, I'm not sure how visible it is, but we're definitely getting some pull right there, which just isn't my favorite. It should be okay in the long term though. And another thing I don't like it when brands try and get all cutesy with their dangle management at the bottom of a shoulder strap. I'll give NayoSmart props. This webbing is premium. It is silky. It's the same fabric that's used on like a really nice seatbelt in a car. But this dangle management system they're just trying to reinvent the wheel, and I've seen lots of brands do it and it never works as well. It's just a classic like pull and like stop the dangle. You know what I'm talking about? It's the pull and the stop. It's the tighten and the order. Because dangle needs order in its life. Otherwise, it just becomes like a world of anarchy. And that's what this little guy is protesting, dangle anarchy. We don't allow dangle anarchy at Nomads Nation. The good news is this bag doesn't necessarily subscribe to the dangle anarchy philosophy, but I don't enjoy this as much. I just think it causes more annoyance than it does actual functionality. One final feature, we have a hidden zippered pocket in the shoulder strap here. Here's the deal with shoulder strap pockets. I'm not crazy about them. Reason being, when the bag is being worn, you've got a lot of pressure on the shoulder strap, right? And depending on where you wear the bag, you might wear it here, you might wear it really tight, but this is where the zippered pocket is, dude. It's around my shoulder. So if you're thinking about putting credit cards or your Octopus like transport card in there, you're really risking it getting damaged. And it's hard to access. I just think it's one of those things that's kind of a marketing gimmick. But I do like this pocket because it's not trying to be like some pockets where it has like an expansion and it's all big and like, hey, you can put your phone in there. This pocket isn't saying you can put your phone in there. It knows what it is. It's really just for a card if you want it, but I wouldn't put a card in there. But backup cash, definitely a great spot for it. Let's start talking about the most crucial part of this review, where I'm gonna give you my overall pros and cons of the NayoSmart Herman H2. Pro number one, I think this bag is absolutely stunning. It's an aesthetics masterpiece, and it's not my style. But I can acknowledge objectively, if it's your style, like NayoSmart just gets it. Pro number two is gonna be all the innovation in regards to features and fabrics. And pro number three, I think the tech compartment in the back is very well executed and a very unique selling point for this bag. But on the flip side, let's talk about cons as well. Con number one is gonna be complications and access issues when trying to get into the main compartment. Con number two is with the innovation in the fabrics and materials, longevity can be a bit of a question. And con number three, not everybody loves a harder back panel like this, and I do think that there could have been a bit more ventilation. Having said that though, I accept I'm kind of splitting hairs right now. Let me explain why as I bring the pros and cons together to give you my overall scores. Score number one for comfort. I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5. This is what I like in a backpack, guys. Juicy, plush shoulder straps with the right amount of width, a sternum strap for those days when I'm carrying extra gear, and no dangle to have to worry about. Could use a bit more ventilation on the back probably. I don't mind a harder back panel myself, but overall, I just find it an extremely comfortable wear. Next overall score, value. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. I think that finding a bag that looks this nice, especially if you're in that kind of like Toomey market, is a little bit, it's rare. It's hard to find a good looking bag like this that's not gonna drop you $400 or $500. But the value is neutralized a little bit by only getting a 2-year warranty. But overall, yeah, I think it's offering pretty good value across the board. And for my overall score, I'm gonna give this bag a 4.5 out of 5. I'm just really impressed. My cons, I was kind of reaching a little bit. This bag knows what it is. It's bringing innovation to the game. It's extremely comfortable to wear. It's got some quirks to it. What bag doesn't? But overall, yeah, just really impressed with the NayoSmart Herman H2. And just a reminder, if you are as well and you're thinking about making a purchase, we do recommend doing so with the first link in the description, just because that link makes sure that you get the best price, and if we have any discount codes, that's where you can find them. But if you're not quite sold on this bag, let's talk alternative bags. First up, if you're new to the Nomadization channel, you should definitely check out our leaderboard rankings video. In this video, myself and the Nomadization squad, we all get together and we show you our favorite bags in different bag categories. I've gone ahead and linked that above. Also, I wanna let you know that, well, it might be obvious that I'm a bit of a bag nerd, right? I could talk about this stuff all day. And I was nerding out so hardcore, I'm like, I should just start my own bag brand. So I did. After reviewing around 350 bags, I launched my own bag brand called Fidlock, where we make gear that keeps modern professionals streamlined and focused. Honestly, not too far off from what NayoSmart is doing, but a different aesthetic. A little less like Italian Gucci to me, and a little bit more like subtle, minimalist, but still offering a ton of features. We've released a sling, an everyday carry backpack, and a travel bag, and are building an incredible community of our own. You can learn more at fidlock.co or with the second link in the description. But if we're really close with the NayoSmart, here's two bags that might get you a little bit closer. Alt rec number 1 is going to be the modern Dayfarer backpack. This is a great pick for you if you're looking for this kind of an aesthetic, right? You want the modern roll top with the Fidlock, which is exactly what modern Dayfarer does, but it's a little less designery and a little bit more on the minimalist side. This is like Italian and modern Dayfarer is German. Two European design powerhouses, but just doing it in a different way. And it's one of my favorite backpacks of all time. And my second alternative is going to be the Peak Design Everyday Backpack. It's a great pick for you if you're in the market for that top flap, roll top style kind of bag, and you love features. And you have a bit of a budget and you don't mind spending it, and you want a little bit better of lifetime warranty, some materials and fabrics that might be a little bit more proven, and just a different look and aesthetic. Honestly, these are 3 killer bags. Like, we're talking cream of the crop. I don't know which one's my favorite. They all got their own pros and cons. You just gotta figure out which ones work best for you. And to learn more about the 2 alternatives, you can do so by watching these videos here. If you got any questions, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomadization, and we'll catch you guys next time.